In a magical land hidden deep within an enchanted forest, there lived a young fairy named Lyra. She was small, even for a fairy, but she had a heart full of dreams. Unlike the other fairies who spent their days tending to flowers and trees, Lyra wanted to explore the skies beyond the forest, to see the lands far and wide. But there was one problem: her wings hadn't grown yet. Every day, she would watch the other fairies soar through the sky, their wings glittering in the sunlight, and every day she would sigh, waiting for the moment when her own wings would appear. But time passed, and still, her back remained bare. One evening, while Lyra sat by the shimmering moonlit pond, feeling disheartened, an old fairy named Myra floated down beside her. Myra had seen many things in her long life and was known for her wisdom. "Why so sad, young one?" Myra asked in her gentle voice. "I'll never have wings," Lyra said, her voice trembling. "How can I ever go on adventures or see the world like the others?" Myra smiled softly and placed a hand on Lyra's shoulder. "Wings aren't just given. Sometimes, they must be earned," she said mysteriously. "If you truly want to fly, there's a way, but it will take courage and heart. You must journey to the Crystal Falls, where the water flows with ancient magic. There, you may find the answer you seek." Lyra's eyes widened. Crystal Falls? But that's far beyond the forest, past the whispering woods. "Yes," Myra replied, "but if you believe in yourself, no journey is too far." Determined, Lyra set off the very next morning. She fluttered her tiny wings as best she could, though they barely lifted her feet off the ground. Walking would have to do. She ventured deep into the whispering woods, where the trees murmured secrets, and the air was filled with the songs of hidden creatures. Every step was a challenge, but Lyra kept moving forward, her heart set on reaching Crystal Falls. After hours of trekking, Lyra finally reached the edge of the forest. In the distance, she saw the shimmering Crystal Falls cascading down from a towering cliff, glowing with soft blue light. The sight filled her with hope, but as she approached, a gust of wind suddenly swirled around her, and a shadowy figure appeared. It was a dark fairy, her wings jagged and menacing. "No one crosses these falls without proving their worth," the dark fairy sneered. "Do you think a wingless fairy like you can pass the test?" Lyra stood tall, her voice steady. "I may not have wings, but I have a heart full of dreams, and that's enough to carry me through." The dark fairy smirked. "Then show me your courage," she said, conjuring a storm of wind and rain that whipped through the air. But Lyra didn't back down. Instead, she closed her eyes, remembering Myra's words, "Wings must be earned." She took a deep breath and leaped toward the falls. The storm raged around her, but Lyra's determination was stronger. As she reached the glowing water, she felt a sudden warmth in her back. Opening her eyes, she saw that sparkling wings of light had begun to form, lifting her higher. With a burst of joy, Lyra soared through the storm, her new wings gleaming. The dark fairy, astonished, faded into the mist as Lyra flew gracefully over the Crystal Falls. When Lyra returned to her village, the other fairies gathered in awe. She had done what no one thought possible, earned her wings through bravery and belief. From that day on, Lyra's adventures took her far beyond the forest, and her story became a legend among fairies. For Lyra had learned that wings aren't just about flying, they're about having the courage to chase your dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem.